When it comes to deception, us humans probably think we've cornered the market. Most of us think nothing of spinning a web of lies to avoid a predatory cold caller or to attract a mate with the latest dating app. But the natural world has its own generous helping of tricksters. And as with most things in the competitive wild, it's all a matter of life and death. One of the most common deceptions out there is camouflage, to avoid being seen. It could be a prey animal trying to avoid being eaten, or a predator hoping to sneak up close before striking. But camouflage comes in many different shapes and sizes. From the disruptive colouring that makes many big cats hard to see as they hunt in forests and grasslands, to the aggressive mimicry of animals like the predatory frogfish, whose body shape makes him look like a harmless sponge, allowing unsuspecting prey to come close enough to snatch. Any adaptation that makes an animal hard to see is known as Crypsis, and it's especially common in the world's oceans. Lots of fish in busy coral reefs have bodies that mimic the corals and plants around them, allowing them to disappear into the background. Like the pygmy seahorse, hiding among the fronds of a sea fan, looking like just another branch. Or the pipefish, hanging around among the waving arms of a feather star, while its spiked and elongated body makes it disappear. Some animals take a more active approach to their crypsis and are able to physically change the colour and texture of their skin to allow them to blend into any environment, like the panther flounder. You can easily see one as it swims through the water, but the second one isn't so easy to spot. Lying motionless, its flat body simply disappears into the sand and coral around it. But when it comes to versatile disguises, nobody does it better than the mimic octopus. With its bold black and white stripes, it doesn't stand much of a chance disappearing against the featureless seabed, so instead, it imitates other species. No octopus here, just a harmless flounder skimming the seabed. Do you see an octopus? All I can see is a stinging sea anemone. Better not go near that. Sadly, not all animals are equipped with the skin-changing armoury that allows them to morph into the background. So some, like dresser crabs, improvise. These crafty crustaceans use fragments of whatever they can find to conceal their bodies. Picking up individual pieces, they'll artfully distress them by chewing the edges before attaching them to hooks on their legs and shell to create a full camouflage suit. Normally, they'd opt for sponge and seaweed, but by improvising to use whatever's handy, they can blend in wherever they are. Animal deception isn't always about disappearing, though. Sometimes it pays to attract attention. In the deep, dark, midnight zone of the ocean, it can be hard to find your next meal, so it's time to go fishing. A bioluminescent lure glows blue in the darkness. Intrigued? A fish could swim right up to it without realising the deadly danger that lies behind it. The terrifying teeth of a deep-sea angler. Out of the water, even plants are in on the deception game. Wild orchids have elaborate flowers with patches of blue and furry petals that look remarkably like the wings and abdomen of a certain species of wasp. Plus, they pump out a scent that's remarkably similar to that of a female wasp. The imitation is so convincing that male wasps are drawn in their droves. Even up close, the plant's disguise continues to deceive, and as the wasps get close and attempt to mate, the plant's pollinia become firmly attached to their heads. Moving between bogus females, the male wasp unwittingly transfers pollen between plants, allowing the orchids to reproduce. So for many plants and animals, a little trickery is all it takes to get ahead. Who's your favourite faker? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to Earth Unplugged for more great science and nature videos.